Hello, I'm Elizabeth Wein, and I write teenage fiction, historical fiction. This is my first book published in the UK. It's called Codename Verity, and it's a World War II thriller. I'm very pleased that it's been shortlisted for the Scottish Children's Book Award. I'm going to read a scene from it in which the two heroines, one of which is an air transport auxiliary pilot and the other a special operations executive agent, have taken over an anti-aircraft station that's just been blown up in a raid on their airfield. Most of the protective concrete barrier and the sandbags surrounding it had been blown to bits, taking with it two of the Army gunners who had been valiantly trying to keep the runway fit for the Spitfire squadron who would have to land there after the battle. One of the dead gunners was easily younger than Maddie. A third man, who was still standing, looked like a butcher without the apron, soaked from neck to thighs in blood. He turned wearily and said, "Thanks for the relief. I'm beat." Then he sat down on a ruined platform and closed his eyes. Maddie cowered next to him, her arms over her head, listening to the hideous rattle of the gunner sucking air into blood-filled lungs. Queenie slapped her. "Get up, girl," she ordered. "I won't have this. I'm your superior officer, giving orders now. Get up, Brodat. If you're scared, do something. See if you can make this gun work. Get moving." "The shell needs loading first," the gunner whispered, lifting a finger to point. "Prime Minister don't like girls firing guns." "Bother the Prime Minister," exclaimed the superior officer. "Load the damned gun, Brodat." Maddie, nothing if not mechanically minded, and trained to react positively to orders from people in authority, clawed her way up the gun. "That slip of a lass'll never shift that shell," croaked the gunner. "Weighs 30 pounds, that does." Maddie wasn't listening. She was reckoning. After a minute's rational thought, and with strength that she later couldn't explain, she loaded the shell. Queenie worked frantically over the fallen gunner, trying to plug the holes in his chest and stomach. Maddie did not watch. After some time, Queenie took her by the shoulders and showed her how to aim. "You've got to anticipate. It's like shooting birds. You have to fire a little ahead of where they'll be next." "Shoot a lot of birds, do you?" Maddie gasped, anger and fear making her peevish about the other girl's seemingly limitless talents. "I was born in the middle of a grouse moor on the opening day of the shooting season. I could fire a gun before I could read. But this poxy thing is just a wee bit bigger than a Diana air rifle, and I don't know how it works, so we have to do it together. Like yesterday, all right?" She gave a sudden gasp and asked anxiously, "That's not one of our planes, is it?" "Can't you tell?" "Not really." Maddie relented. "It's a Messerschmitt 109. "Well, clubber it. Point this way. Now wait till he comes back. He doesn't know this station's still operational. Just wait." Maddie waited. Queenie was right. Doing something, focusing, took away the fear. "Now go!" The blast momentarily blinded them both. They did not see what happened. Maddie swore afterwards that the plane did not go down in a ball of flame until it had made at least 2 more passes over the runway. But no one else ever claimed to have shot down that ME-109, and God knows the fighter pilots were a competitive lot of bean counters. So that kill was credited to 2 off-duty WAF officers working together at an unnamed gun station. "I don't think our gun did that," Maddie told her friend, whey-faced, as the black, oily smoke rose from the turnip field where the plane had come down. "It must have been one of our lot firing from the air. And if it was this gun, it wasn't you." "Stay here," Queenie choked. "Can you load another shell? I'll find someone who knows what they're doing to take over. You'll be needed in the tower now." Queenie paused a moment. "Which way to the northeast air raid shelter from here?" she asked anxiously. "I get so muddled in the smoke." Maddie pointed. "Straight line across the grass. Easy peasy if you're brave enough. Like Finding Neverland, second to the right, and then straight on till morning." "What about you? Brave enough?" "I'll be all right, now I've got something to do." They both ducked instinctively as something exploded at the other end of the runway. Queenie squeezed Maddie round the waist and gave her a quick peck on the cheek. "Kiss me, Hardy. Weren't those Nelson's last words at the Battle of Trafalgar? Don't cry. We're still alive, and we make a sensational team.